Ariel thought that being stuck at school on a Saturday was bad. Imagine being stuck there for winter break. The Breakfast Club would have been a much darker movie. The Blackcoat's daughter follows two young women who are students at a prep school. For whatever reason, their parents have not come to pick them up for winter break, and so they're pretty much stuck there with a couple of the staff members. As time goes on, it becomes clear that there's something very wrong with one of these two girls, and in the meantime, a third girl is heading towards the school. What are her motivations? What are her connections to all this? Who knows? Obviously, if you've watched the movie, you would know. Going into The Blackcoat's Daughter, I knew that this movie had quite a bit of love going for it, but I also heard that it was very polarizing, much like The Witch. And after watching it, I have to say, this movie was very okay. To start off with, there are a couple of things that I liked about the movie which other people might not care for so much. First of all, I liked how the story was told in a non-linear fashion, especially getting towards the end. There were elements of the story that were mixed up and placed in, the wrong areas as far as traditional storytelling goes. And as an audience member, you have to kind of piece together the sequence of events in your head. I also liked how ambiguous the story was. By the end of the movie, there are certain questions that may pop up in your head which go completely unanswered. As is the case in real life, there are certain things that you'll just never know. I also like the supporting storyline regarding the girl who's heading towards the school. More so than the main plot, which I'm going to get to in a moment, I was interested in seeing how this one played out and how it involved the girls who are at the school. The people who are helping her, I was wondering if they may have had some kind of ulterior motive for picking her up, or if she's going to end up doing something horrible. And the way that it concludes at the end of the movie is genuinely effective. Now, in regards to what I didn't like about the movie, I don't think that the main plot concerning what was going on at the school was horrible per se, but there were certain areas that could have just used improvement. For one thing, I feel like the girl who has something wrong with her could have acted like she gave a shit. I mean, she didn't need to be shouting or jumping up and down or anything, but she could have at least given more emotional line reads than, "Get your hands off of me, cunt." Actually, that could have been justifiable if this had been some kind of Terminator spin-off. However, the main problem for me is the fact that this film never fully utilizes the more psychological aspects of its horror. At the beginning of the film, it's established that the reason these girls are stuck at the school is because their parents have not picked them up yet, and they don't know why. Are their parents stuck somewhere? Are they in pain? Are they dead? These girls don't know, and that can be very haunting. The idea that they might be dead is even acknowledged at one point, but the film never really goes beyond that. And during the final act, it ends up going into this realm of very familiar supernatural horror, which just kind of ended up underwhelming me. I mean, that would almost be like if at the end of the Babadook, the monster in the title of the movie had physically manifested itself and gone around slicing people up like Freddy Krueger. I mean, it would be entertaining, sure. Maybe they could make the gore scenes effective with the right special effects and editing, but at the same time, the film wouldn't be the modern masterpiece that it is if they had gone that route. In the end, as I said at the beginning of the video, I just thought that The Blackcoat's Daughter was okay. It definitely had moments that I liked. There were certain aspects to the storytelling that I liked, and it had some very good ideas. I just would have liked it more if those ideas were explored more fully. I thought that it was worth watching once, and if this sounds like something you would be interested in seeing, then by all means go ahead and give it a try. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about this movie. I hope y'all have a good one.